Welcome to Chef Richard's Kitchen. I'm Chef Richard Miller. Yeah, a couple of days ago, we had the first day of spring. And so what I thought I would do is I'd kind of go into a theme of both spring and Easter. And one of the things I made was I made a spring video of cream of asparagus soup, because asparagus is always one of the earliest crops up. Today I want to do one a little bit about Easter. And nothing really says Easter really more than hot cross buns. And so what I thought I'd do is today I'll show you how to go ahead and make some hot cross buns. And you'll probably enjoy it. Either enjoy if you make it, you'll enjoy eating it, or enjoy watching it. So let's get going. The first thing we want is we want about a half cup of warm water. A half cup of warm milk. In this case, I use half and half. A couple of tablespoons of yeast. And just a little bit of flour. And the reason for the flour is the yeast has been in a dormant state. And when you put it with water, it's going to wake up. And when it wakes up, it's going to be hungry. Let's have a little flour or something in there that it can kind of chew on a little. So let's go ahead and put this in the bowl. And let's go ahead and mix it up. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to mix this up, and we're going to wait about 20 to 30 minutes for this to bubble and kind of make a sponge. Once that's done, then we can go ahead and we can start entering or putting in the rest of our spices, our egg, and our flour. Then we can go ahead and let it rise, then we can form our buns. There we go, it's pretty well mixed in there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the video off, and we're going to go ahead and let it bubble for about 30 minutes. So I'll see you in a bit. It's been about a half hour, and our yeast is bubbling nicely, and it's turning into kind of a dough sponge. So at this point, let's go ahead and let's add some more of our ingredients. The first thing we want to do is we want to add about 3 tablespoons of butter. And notice that I had that melted. I stuck it in the microwave for about 30 seconds and it melted. A half cup of sugar. Now I want to put in a half teaspoon of nutmeg, a half teaspoon of cinnamon, a quarter teaspoon of ginger, about a half teaspoon to 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and a half of vanilla extract, and 1 egg yolk. All right. Let's go ahead and mix this up together now. Okay, now that this is all blended in well together, now let's add another couple of cups of flour. And we have about 3 cups total. But I'd rather just start at 2 and then let's go up. right, there's two, and we're still pretty much, it's still pretty moist. So let's go ahead and let's add the third one. Okay, our dough is looking pretty good. So now it's time to add a half a cup of currants. And what I did was I took those currants and I put them in some water and left them in there for about a half an hour to plump them up a little bit. So we'll go ahead and we'll put those in there now. Then we'll go ahead and incorporate them. Alright, they're in there. But there was also a little liquid in there too, so I'm going to add just a little bit more flour. And we're going to see how we go now. Yeah, it's pretty good, but I'm not happy yet. Okay, looks like this is much better now. We go ahead and pull the dough off the dough hook. That comes off very well. Now let's go ahead and I want to put a little flour down here on the counter, and I want to knead this for a little bit. This will do two things. Number one, it'll help the gluten strands develop, so it'll develop a better consistency. And number two, it will disperse the currants pretty evenly. Alright, now that we've got it kneaded pretty well, I'm going to put our dough into a bowl that I sprayed some nonstick spray on. And what I want to do now is just put a little piece of plastic over the top of this, so it won't dry out while it's rising. Alright, let's put this in a nice warm place over there and let's let it rise for an hour. So I'll see you in an hour after it's risen. Don't go far, I know you want to come back. Okay, welcome back. As you can see, the dough has risen very nicely. So now it's time we need to take and we need to divide this up into about 12 equal pieces, because this actually makes about 12. This makes about 12 buns. So let's go ahead and just put a little flour. Turn our dough out. All right, and now we want to roll it pretty much in a rectangle so we can cut 12 pieces out of it. All right. Okay, we'll cut these into 4, and then we'll cut these into 3. All right, now I've taken and I've gone ahead and sprayed a little non-stick spray in there. And what I want to do now is I want to just take these and I kind of want to roll them under and put them in a baking dish. Yeah, this one needs a little bit more. Okay, there we have our 12 buns. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put plastic over these again, and we're going to let them rise about another 30 to 40 minutes. So, once again, I'll see you when it's done. Take care. Bye-bye. For now. All right. As you can see, the buns have risen nicely. So now it's time, let's go ahead and bake them. But before we do, I mixed an egg and probably a tablespoon of milk. And let's go ahead and spread a little egg wash on these. Alright, we've got an egg wash on them. Now, I'm going to put them in a 375-degree Fahrenheit oven for about 25 minutes. So let me put them in the oven. I set the timer for 25 minutes and we'll see after that. Bye for now. Okay, it's been 25 minutes and I took a look in the oven and it looks like they're looking good. So let me go ahead and pull them out. Those are nice and brown, they've risen well, they baked well. Now all we have to do is we've got to let them cool down for, probably about 20 minutes, something like that. And then I made an icing that we're going to take, and we're going to put the crosses on there. And what this is this 2 cups of confectioner's sugar. It's 2 tablespoons of milk, a little bit of lemon zest, and probably about a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So it's extremely easy to make. We're going to I put it in this little bag here. I'll clip the end of it off, and we'll use that, as kind of a pastry bag. So let's go ahead and let them cool down for about 20 minutes, and I'll see you after that time. All right, we've gone ahead and we've let our buns cool down a little bit. So what I want to do is I want to put the icing on here. Now, you can go ahead and use a piping bag if you'd like. In this case, I didn't really have a piping bag per se. So what I did was I just went ahead and I put it in a little quart-sized bag. And now we're just going to go ahead but anyway, here we go. I've gone ahead and I put the cross, on here, and at this point we're done. You've just made Easter hot cross buns. These are very, very common around Easter time, and I think you'll agree with me. Once you make them, they're really delicious. So, once again, thank you very much for joining me on this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care. God bless. Remember that, cooking is always pretty easy, and it should always be fun. And thanks again for watching. We'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.